Hello, Virgo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards for the reading and clarified those with a different tarot deck. We have the deck we'll be diving into, and then the decks in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, Virgo, this whole reading is about some sort of wish fulfillment you have, something that you're trying to manifest, something that you're trying to create. It could be something specific. It could be a whole future. I'm not sure, but in your recent past, you have faith in your dreams with the Magician. So dreams that you're trying to manifest in some way, shape, or form. Now, remember, if you aren't living the life of your dreams, it's because a part of you does not believe it is possible. Your beliefs being the root of your results. Now, we'll talk a lot about belief systems, but you have to remember that when we're trying to create with the universe, it is a process of co-creation. And this kind of thing seems to be the theme in earth sign readings this week, is that we have to learn how to do our part, but then let go enough to let the universe do do its part. And I feel like your recent past maybe was quite a few maybe trials and tribulations, just things that kind of made you doubt in whatever it was you're trying to create. Now, in your current energy, you have your hard work is paying off with the Hangman in reverse. So this is very much what I was saying, where it's like, yes, you've been putting in the work, you've been doing what you can to, build whatever it is or create whatever it is. But then there's this need to also let go a little bit, to make sure that you are allowing the universe to step in and do for you what you are unable to do for yourself. You can't do it all. We're not here to do it all. We're here to co-create our life with the universe. And so I feel like, man, we're here for more than that. But what I'm getting at is that, the process of creating our life and creating the life of our dreams, it does come from learning to lean into faith and working through fear in order to do that. Now, in your immediate future, you have the energy is gaining momentum with the Nine of Cups. This is the energy moving toward wish fulfillment here. So I definitely feel like you're headed in the right direction. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but there's this need to kind of just like I don't want to say just relax, because obviously it's not that easy, but there is this need to kind of like relax a little bit and let go of the wheel and allow the universe to do a little bit for you, because I feel like you've been doing so much, and um maybe you're used to what you do and the things that the energy that you put into things not being enough, and that could be something you're dealing with. But there is this need to kind of like realize that you're like everything's okay, like everything is working out for you. Recent past for Virgo, even if it doesn't feel like it. Clarifying, have faith in your dreams with the Magician. What was Virgo dealing with in their recent past? This is for Virgo's recent past. Faith in your dreams with the Magician. Recent past for Virgo. Oh, okay, yeah. So you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You're at the Seven of Pentacles. You've been investing in something, but it feels more like it's falling apart than it's coming together. I feel like it feels like, or at least in your recent past, it just feels like the pieces aren't coming together for you. Now, I also feel like what you're dealing with and have been going through has been an aspect of self-mastery. Because I feel like through what you've been experiencing, you've also been mastering maybe a certain skill or an aspect of your healing or how to handle relationships or something. So through whatever this is that you're trying to invest in here, you're also you're experiencing blocks in self-mastery, but on the path to self-mastery. So things not coming together doesn't mean they're not coming together. It just means that they're not happening the way that you thought they would. Clarifying Virgo's recent past with have faith in your dreams and the Magician. Recent past for Virgo, clarifying have faith in your dreams with the Magician. I almost said have faith in the Magician. I guess is a cool way of putting that. Have faith in the creation process. Recent past for Virgo. 10 of Swords in reverse with the 10 of Cups. Okay. I feel like you experienced some pretty seemingly negative changes. Maybe there was loss in some way. it's interesting because these cards together, this is kind of like expectations, to me, of a certain level of fulfillment. The Ten of Cups being upright can just be alluding to your kind of emotional fulfillment, but then with the Ten of Swords in reverse next to it, to me it feels like that reminder that just because things, and I already kind of said this, so it's funny that this worked out this way, because this card is like this blessing in disguise card, is just because things didn't work out or haven't worked out yet, or in the way that you thought they would, it doesn't mean that they're not working out. In fact, I feel like it's the opposite of that. I feel like the more that you face these obstacles that you've been facing and these losses that you've been experiencing, the more that things are actually, you're learning what you need to in order to create and sustain what it is you're actually wanting. So even though things haven't worked out, it really has been, with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this kind of blessing in disguise kind of ordeal. Recent past for Virgo, please. Recent past for Virgo. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so this has to do with your path. The Two of Wands. Then you have this Eight of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is an interesting energy because this is kind of like experiencing highly frustrating, emotional, painful situations to release yourself from limiting beliefs that keep you from having what you want. So, for instance, when we experience a certain relationship falling apart, it's painful, it's devastating, and it's heartbreaking for many reasons. But at the end of the day, the biggest reason is we thought that person was going to be a part of our life forever. We had expectations of that person being a part of our life for forever, and they weren't, and that hurts, right? That hits at a level that a lot of pain in this life, doesn't really hit. And the reason being that, when we have this expectation of something being in our life forever, oftentimes we can, close ourselves off to the aspects of that situation that don't serve us and only pay attention to the aspects that support our desire of things working out for us. Now, what I mean by that is sometimes we can get ourselves stuck in a situation where we lower our expectations of somebody because we want something to work out. So we allow them to treat us poorly, or we allow ourselves to get taken advantage of or taken for granted, or whatever the case is, so that we feel that we're supporting that expectation of things working out forever. Now, this is just an example, but what I'm getting at is oftentimes when we have certain expectations, we close ourselves and our heart off to the plan of the universe. And we don't allow the universe to step in and do for us what, to help us create what we actually want, because we keep our energy so focused on how we think things should go or how we expect things to go. So when we experience that relationship ending, and I'm not necessarily just talking about relationships, it's just kind of an example, it's very emotional. But those emotions allow us to work through all of these limiting beliefs that we had. For instance, we might have believed that we had to get taken advantage of or taken for granted in order for something to get to be in our life forever. Like that was just a part of the longevity of relationships. Your belief system really does control your results. And the more that you latch on to certain expectations of how things should go, the more that you don't allow the universe to do for you what you want, which you aren't able to do for yourself. Now, this have faith in your dreams card is to me saying, it's have faith in your dreams, right? Have faith in what you want, but don't close yourself off to what that might look like. For instance, you might want financial abundance, but maybe it doesn't come in the certain career path that you thought it would, or you want to have the relationship that you feel is the most perfect for you, but maybe it's not in the person that you thought it was going to be in. At the end of the day, your result is going to be what you want it to be, as long as you believe it, right? And heal and work for it and all that other stuff. But the result is absolutely possible. It just might not be in the form that you think it will be. So have faith in what you want, but then let go of how you think it should happen or what you think it should look like. Because that closes you off to what the universe has in store for you, which is most likely so much better. And not just most likely, which is so much better than whatever it is you're wanting. Your hard work is paying off with the Hangman in reverse. The universe knows way more about what we want than we do. Clarifying Virgo's current energy with your hard work is paying off in the Hangman in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords. Okay. So this is talking about your long-term fulfillment here. See the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles already. So long-term fulfillment, both in a material sense and in an emotional sense. Now, interesting. Six of Wands in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, and then you have the Justice here. You're chasing this Ten of Pentacles. And chasing comes with an underlying fear-based energy. It's this belief that things have to go our way, or they need to turn out a certain way by a certain time, or everything's going to fall apart, or our life is going to be in danger in some way, shape, or form. Our safety is going to be in danger. And there's this need to, and that's like why I get this energy of this need to kind of relax a little bit. Like you can take steps toward what you want. You can heal. You can affirm. You can start a gratitude journal. You can do all of these things, but then you have to remember that you're also not really in control of how things happen and when they happen. You can be in control of what happens. You can, affirm that your reality is happening for you. You can affirm, not like specifically what happens, but you can, affirm certain outcomes for yourself that are absolutely capable of coming to fruition, but you are not in control of how you get there. And so there's this need to understand that chasing only pushes things further away. The more that you think you need something to be happy, the further away you are from getting it. So there's this need to understand that in order to attract things into our life, it's a balance between both pursuing and letting go, allowing yourself to take steps forward and then giving it over to the universe. And not surrendering it to the universe, that's not giving up, that's giving it over. That's giving it over to the universe and saying, you know what? You know what I want, universe. You know what's in my heart. You know what I'm trying to create. You know what it is that what it is that I'm working toward, but at the same time I've got to give this over to you to allow the path to take place. That's what surrender is. It's not giving up. Current energy for Virgo. Current energy for Virgo. The Magician in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse, and there's the Queen of Wands. Okay. So you have the Queen of Cups in reverse with the Magician in reverse, right? We saw this Queen of Cups in reverse already. The reason that you have such these emotional reactions to things not going according to your plan is because you do not believe, you completely doubt your manifestations. That's why you have the Magician. You're trying to create something, right? But then at the same time, you doubt in what it is you're trying to create. And that doubt is being manifested into your reality as things not happening for you. And so you are taking action. And I like that. I like that you're taking action. I like that you're doing what you can. But then at the same time, there's this need to take action and balance it with letting go. Because you shouldn't feel like if you don't make a right move, or if you don't, get back to that email in time, or if you don't send that text message, or whatever the case is, that it means that things aren't going to happen for you. Although you do have more control over your reality than you think, you also aren't going to just, it's not going to just get destroyed with one certain decision, or it's not going to be like, you're not going to ruin everything by one mistake, or even a few mistakes, right? Mistakes are part of the process. And I feel like there's kind of this energy of being really hard on yourself. Like why am I not there yet? Or why have I not created this? Or am I doing it wrong? Or something like that. And it's like, no, you're just on the journey. And the journey is learning to embrace the process. And that process is it's going to contain loss. It's going to have failure. It's going to have all of the things that, you're trying to avoid, but you can't avoid because they are part of the process. Current energy for Virgo, please. Interesting. Now you have the Queen of Cups upright, Page of Wands, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about what you've been investing in. It's like what you want to invest in for the long term. I want to clarify this Page of Wands in reverse because there's some inner child energy that's blocking you, or that's maybe adding to this fear, this fear-based chasing energy. What is this Page of Wands in reverse talking about? There's a Nine of Pentacles. What is this Page of Wands in reverse talking about? Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords in reverse. The Fool in reverse and that Nine of Pentacles. It's like, to me, this is like the energy of like your harvest. Like you've been investing, but you haven't received your harvest. Like you haven't received your blessings. Your ships haven't come in yet. But this inner child energy is blocking it. Now, this inner child energy to me, with this Ace of Swords and Page of Swords in reverse, is you have to remember that there is an aspect of you, a little you, if you will, that needs you to remind him or her that everything is okay. Because just because you failed yourself in the past, just because you've made mistakes in the past, just because things haven't worked out for you yet, that does not mean that that's going to be what you're going to experience. What you have experienced does not have to equal what you will experience. And there's this need to break out of this idea that it's like feeling like you have to be perfect, almost like this perfectionism aspect that is blocking you from being able to let go, trust, and ultimately enjoy the process. It's like, yeah, it's like this belief that you have to be perfect in order for something to manifest. You have to do things perfectly. But that's the belief that everything is in your control only, and that the universe doesn't have your back. And maybe as a kid, you had these beliefs placed on you that you had to be perfect. And maybe there was punishment when you weren't, right? But I also feel like that perfectionism aspect is what contributes to this fear that you're never going to have what it is that you want. There's this need to not just trust the universe, but trust that you're enough. And that the mistakes that you make along the way are the mistakes that are supposed to be made. Like, you're not supposed to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. You will never heal to perfection. You will never get to a point in your life where you make no mistakes. That's not the point. The point is to learn from those mistakes so that you avoid making them again. Immediate future for Virgo, clarifying the energy is gaining momentum with a Nine of Cups. Interesting. Now, I haven't seen the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which is usually my card for perfectionism, but I also feel like everything else is talking about it. Immediate future for Virgo, you have the Strength in reverse. So it's like you don't have confidence in yourself. You don't have this belief in yourself. So the energy, in order to pick up the energy toward this wish fulfillment, you need to get to the root of why you don't believe you're capable of it, or why you think you have to be perfect in order to have it. Because that is ultimately what's blocking it. Yeah, there's the Nine of Swords. Because it's like you're afraid to like fully step out of your comfort zone, or fully embrace a path, or fully like trust in this, because you don't believe. I mean, this sounds cheesy, Virgo, but you don't believe in yourself. At the end of the day, there is a core belief within you that aligns with you not believing in yourself. Now remember, 95% of our movements, choices, and our decisions come from our subconscious, meaning that you might not even be consciously aware of this. You could be consciously telling yourself, I want financial abundance, I want success, I want the love that, I ultimately deserve. But then there's a belief within you that doesn't believe that you're capable or strong enough or deserving enough, or whatever the case is, that then your movements, choices, and actions align with that aspect of you instead of the 5% of you that knows what it is that you want and deserve. You have to remember that there is a whole belief system within you that is a product of what you've experienced that is actually controlling your reality. And the more that you can dive into that, the less that that it can control you. Because I kind of feel right now like it's controlling you a little bit, Virgo. And it's ultimately, it comes down to this, like, something about perfectionism. Immediate future for Virgo, clarifying the energy is gaining momentum with the 9 of Cups. See, things aren't going to move forward until you close out this cycle. Okay? Things aren't going to move forward until you close out this cycle. What is that cycle? What is this cycle for Virgo? What does Virgo need to do? Chariot in reverse with the World in reverse. Chariot in reverse with the World in reverse. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's the controlling. The Emperor in reverse, the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. You're controlling, like, how do I say this? You're getting in your own way. You're getting in your own way. And there's this need to, it's like you're putting so much pressure on yourself that you're making decisions that don't really align with you, or that do align with you, but then, like, you're putting all this pressure to, like, make the right moves or do the right thing. I feel like the Virgos in this rating just need to know that they're doing a good job. Like, I feel like that's what's coming through in this rating. Like, Virgo, you are doing a good job. You just need to let go and relax and, like, breathe a little bit. Like, drop your shoulders, take a few deep breaths, and understand that, like, you're doing everything you can, and the rest is out of your control. So stop trying to control your reality. Let go of your control, because the more that you try to control so much, the more that you're going to find yourself in the same spot, repeating the same cycles, experiencing the same things. Why are these crooked? Immediate future for Virgo. The 8 of Cups with the King of Wands. Clarifying this 8 of Cups and King of Wands here. Clarifying the 8 of Cups and King of Wands. The Emperor with the Knight of Cups. This literally feels like this is this message saying, like, don't give up. Don't give up. I mean, yeah, you have faith in your dreams, but then it's like, don't, like, this 8 of Cups to me is like walking away, but don't walk away from what you've been pursuing. Now, if you've been pursuing something and it's not pursuing back to you, like if you're trying to pursue a relationship that has ended, that probably isn't the message for you. If you're trying to pursue something that isn't serving you, this isn't really your message. But this is saying, like, if you are giving everything you have to some sort of a dream, to something that you've been trying to create, don't give up on it. Don't give up on this. That would be sabotaging yourself. The Knight of Wands in reverse, if you gave up on this, it would be sabotaging yourself. Wow, that's a cool message. I mean, That's what's coming through. And maybe like, okay, something that's coming to mind is like, it has more to do with my own personal experience, but I had a tarot channel in the past that I had finally built up to basically, with the people that I wanted to have to be watching my readings. I had the audience that I was looking for, and it was paying me a very livable wage. And I gave up on it. I just, out of the blue, I quit it. I didn't feel deserving of it. I felt like I needed to heal more in order to be in a better place for it. Ultimately, I learned over time, and it needed to happen the way it did, but I didn't feel deserving of it. I didn't feel like I was deserving to be doing something that I love doing and being able to make a living off of it. I didn't feel that that was what I deserved to have and what I deserved to do. And sometimes we don't realize that some of us who believe that we constantly have to be starting over or constantly have to be building something, we can also believe that unless we're achieving something, that we're not doing anything at all. And that could be a message that's coming through here a little bit too. But I ultimately feel like if you're doing something, if you're trying to build something, if you're trying to create something, a life for yourself, a love for yourself, whatever the case is, like, don't give up on it. Don't give up on this, because I definitely feel like because you have the energy as gaining momentum to your Nine of Cups. All right, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive into the advice, and then I have an actual advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Virgo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Virgo.